Good morning, Los Gatos Union School District kids. This is Mrs. Oreskovic, and I have a PE lesson for my grade 3 to 5 classes. This is lesson 2 of our unit, soccer. I have my whiteboard out here with my notes to make sure that I hit all the important parts. Today we're going to be working on passing drills, and the object of today's lesson is to make accurate passes and controlled traps with a partner. Now, I don't have a partner today, so I'm going to use my wall. And the wall that you see behind that whiteboard is the wall I'm going to use. And as you've noticed, there's a piece of glass there. So I would highly recommend that you do not work against any walls with windows. I am going to use this space because it's the only space I have, and I'm going to be extremely controlled with my kicking. So I'm going to keep it extra safe. So just remember, we talked about this the other day. Make sure your environment is safe so that you can practice your skill. And if you don't have a great open space or a very limited space to practice, then you just modify your skill and take it down a level or two in how hard you kick, because remember, we're learning a skill, and until you get into a wide open space, then you can really take that skill to the next level by using more force, and that's how we learn skills anyways. We have to start slow and then build them up with practice. Okay, so if you have a partner, great, work with your partner. If you don't, then use a wall or an open space. You could even, if you don't have a wall, you can just be in your yard and practice on the grass and just retrieve your own ball. Okay? So let's start with getting the ball. And I'm going to move my whiteboard so we can have the space to kick the ball. All right. So we talked about the object being to make an accurate pass and controlled trap with a partner. It will be easier with a partner, but because I have only a wall, I will have to kick the ball against the wall, have it come back to me, and then I'll trap the ball. So let's talk about how we pass the ball. Okay, so today's passing will be completely on the ground, no air balls, okay? We're going to use the inside of our foot to pass the ball. So if I'm going to pass the ball to my wall, I'm going to step beside the ball, and I'm going to use the inside of my foot to pass the ball to the wall, okay? So step and pass. I'm going to look at my wall and where I want to hit it. And I'm going to try and hit it right in the center of my wall here. All right, so let's just try that first. All right, so step, pass, and it bounces back, and then I trap the ball. I'm using my toe to trap the ball, and that's fine because the force of the ball's coming back to me slowly, so it's super easy to just put my toe on it. So let's try that again. Step, pass, trap. Step, pass, trap. Okay? Notice my ball is on the ground. It's not, there's no air. Notice I'm using the inside of my foot, and I'm trapping always before I go to hit the ball. The reason we want to trap or stop the ball before we pass it again is because it gives us more control. If you ever watch kids play soccer, young kids that are learning, a lot of times they run up to a ball and they kick it without controlling it first, and therefore they have less control as to where they want to get the ball. So the point is, you will always have more control if you stop the ball first in order, or control it at least, in order to pass it again. And that's what we're practicing today. If you just decide to pass the ball when it comes at you at whatever angle with whatever force, you will be taking that energy and passing it back into the ball, and it'll go in a lot of crazy places. So, or it'll go in a place you don't want it to go. Now, because this is about accuracy, I am going to continue to try and hit it into the middle of the wall and bring it back. Let's do one more. Now, if let's say you're working with a partner and that ball comes back to you with greater force than what you're seeing here, sometimes you might need to trap the ball by stopping it with the inside of your foot and then tapping it, okay? So because there's too much of a bounce. So a lot of kids who try to stop it just by putting their toe on it, it'll just continue past and they'll miss it like that. Because it's going too fast. So if you're finding that the ball is coming back at you really fast, you might just want to stop it, let it bounce slightly. So it's coming to your foot, let it bounce slightly, and then control it with the top tap, bring it back, and start again. So I'm going to try and demonstrate that against the wall. So I have to be really careful because I have a window here. I am going to hit it harder, and I'm going to show you how to trap it if it's coming at me faster. Here we go. Step kick. Okay. So I use the inside of both of my feet to control the ball, bring it back into my space, and then I top tap it. And now I can start again. Step kick. All right, so it looks like that. Let's try that one more time. Step kick. Use the inside of my foot. I even brought it close to me and top tap it. All right. So I was using my right leg on this skill because I am right dominant and it's just easier for me to use my right leg. But in any sport that we do, we want to balance our bodies and strengthen both sides of our body and master the skill on both sides. So I'm going to try my left foot on this pass. It might not be as good as my right because I have practiced with my right more, but this is what it looks like. This time I'm going to step with my right foot beside the ball. I'm going to get my foot, the inside of my left foot right here to hit the ball against the wall. Let's see what that looks like. Step, pass, and trap it. Step, pass, and trap it. Bring it back to where I want to have it so I can step and pass. That one was a little bit further away, but that's okay. I'll just bring it back to where I want to start again. That's the other thing that I really stress to my kids in class is, if your ball that your partner passed to you is way over that way or, goes way over that way, it's okay. Just run after it. Bring it back to your starting point so that you can gain control again. All right, let's try that one more time. Step, pass. Now, bring it back because I'm not being as accurate with my left leg. Step, pass. Okay, control it, tap it, and stop it, and then I can practice again. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice that 20 times. And if you're getting pretty good with your accuracy, you can test yourself, and this is what you can do. You can either get a piece of paper or chalk, something flat. I'll use my notes. I'll put it right here between my ball and the wall. And my goal is going to be to make sure that that ball rolls over my piece of paper before it hits the wall. So that's going to help me with my accuracy. And because I'm not doing so well with my left leg, I think I'm going to start practicing with my left leg and then switch over to my right. So let's try that. Remember, I'm going to try and roll the ball over the piece of paper. Let's just move it down a little bit. There we go. That'll be harder. All right, here we go. Step beside the ball. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Let's try that again. I want to make sure I roll it over my piece of paper. That's going to help me with my accuracy practice. Step, kick. Yeah, that went over it. I call that one a good one. Here we go. Let's try that again. Oh, nope, not that one. So maybe I'll try this 20 times and I'll count. So that was 2 out of 3. So so I can't count that third one because it did not go over the piece of paper. So let's try that again. This would be number 3. Whoops. I missed trapping that ball. That happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us. All right, let's put it back. Step 4. Trap it and continue. So I'm actually getting better with my left leg now that I had a visual, something to focus on, and that's going to improve my accuracy. Okay, so let's just quickly review. The object of today's passing drill lesson is to make accurate passes and controlled traps with the ball or against a wall or with a partner. We're going to keep the ball on the ground, no air balls. We're going to trap the ball before we kick it again and make the pass. And after 20 successful passes on both your right and left leg, Let's put the paper there and try that again. 20 successful, accurate passes with the right and left leg. And that should probably last you about 30 minutes and get you pretty warmed up and versed in passing accurately with your partner or with a wall. So that's all we have for today. I'm going to continue these lessons. I'll have another one this week for you. And keep active, keep safe, keep positive, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.